and we're about to get underway. Green flag is being waved, and it is a clean getaway for Ismail Basso, and Wingfield immediately trying to challenge him on the way into turn one, and Trevor Williams gets up the inside as well, but Focacci it is making the moves. Into third place he goes. Wingfield challenging Basso as they head into the infield section. Alex Van Gien getting away well. He's up into fourth place already ahead of Williams, a debutant who's taking it easy in his first weekend of Missed Apex Motorsport, as we see Michael Distelhoff in the Malfa, as Chris was calling it earlier, getting in there as well. And James Wingfield already into the lead of the race, and Focacci follows him through as well. Was that a mistake from Ismail Basso? Because he has gone through and already into third place and clips the wall as they get into the banking section. So Van Gien getting up the inside into third place as well. Focacci up the inside as they go through round the banking section, and Wingfield back down into second place. Focacci, the MX5 champion, is in the lead, but Wingfield is having another look up the inside into the 11 and 12 chicane. Oh, Basso bouncing over the curbs, trying to take Alex Van Gien, who is able to avoid it. I think Basso might have gotten the slowdown penalty there because he's backing off.
A bit of an update for you down the back of the grid as well. There was a bit of carnage, and both Phil Pott and Ramon Pinheiro are out of the race with damage.
Wow, that is dramatic stuff at the end of lap one. Steve Focacci crosses the line, starts lap two, ahead of Wingfield and Alex Van Gien in third place. And no, Van Gien spun out of turn two and is up and round over on his roof. Dramatic crash there as he was running so well, and we saw him in a similar position at Silverstone, and he was taken out. Unfortunately, this time it's all of his own making. Top two, absolutely nose to tail though, as they're coming back out of the infield section and are about to head back onto the banking. Only 0.3 of a second separated them as they went over the line, and it looks like there's even less than that separating them now, Chris.
Yeah, and Distelhoff, who was in fourth position with that lovely Malfa, has lost his engine cover and is also out of the race because he's hit the wall.
So I'll update you as the quicker guys come through the field. I can tell you David Hatton crossed the line in 17th. And Sam Harper crossed the line in 20th. So a few more points being clawed back by David Hatton at the moment. But we'll see how we are at the end of lap 12. We're only on lap 2 at the moment. Meanwhile, I think Pinheiro has rejoined the race, but so has Phil Pott, actually. If I'm correct, he at least got over the line. And
yeah, they're
Focacci's gone from the lead of the race. I was just about to say he was extending his advantage, 1.2 seconds, but he's dropped it out of turn one, and Wingfield goes through and takes it. Focacci's out. He's back in the wall. He's out.
Yeah, severe suspension damage. He's parked it up. That is his race over.
So that promotes Tim Ellis into second place. And Danny Henny, where did Danny Henny come from? He's in third place.
He came from 36th there, Chris. That is incredible.
That's amazing. He stormed through this field, and his last lap 17.4, so not very hot pace. 17.2 for Wingfield. It was a 19.3 for Ellis, so he's really closing in on him at the moment. Hatton and Harper are making massive inroads at the moment. Hatton back into the top 10. Sam Harper chasing him down. He's in 13th at the moment. So I mentioned Pinheiro was back on track. He's actually still in the pits. I thought I saw his car back out on track. He did go out, but he's come back in. So it seems like he's definitely out of it at the moment. Phil Pott, though, has rejoined. He got over the line in 29th place. So Wingfield on lap 4 leads by 5 seconds over Tim Ellis. Danny Henny has taken another chunk out of his advantage, though, for second place. He's only 1.4 seconds behind him now. Connor Meyer is in fourth place. David Hatton now 5th. So he could, I wouldn't discount a podium from him yet, actually. 8 seconds behind Ellis at the moment. So he's got a bit of ground to make up as we see Van Gien rejoining the circuit. Sam Harper in 8th place. And as usual, his car looks clean as a whistle, and he's putting the pressure on Carsten Lemke for 7th place.
Yeah, he's going to get a good drag down here. He's going to have to go outside round the banking.
It didn't look like he wanted to do it there. Or maybe that was just the iRacing graphics not really sure how to handle the car over the apron, but it looks like he's going to have a run up the inside at turn 11 and goes through. Lemke very compliant there with the championship leader.
Yeah, he did a good switch back there, and as you rightly said, he had to have a compliant rival to let him through there. Although he has got a bit of a run back on him into the next corner, so we'll see if he sticks his nose back in.
Hatton, meanwhile, making moves. He's about to get up the inside of Conor Meyer into turn 1, and that's going to be 4th place for him. So neatly done. He's now 6 seconds behind Henny, who has dropped back from Tim Ellis. So I wonder if he made a mistake down there. His last lap was a 17.2. So definitely does seem like he's made an error somewhere. Just checking his car to see if he's got any front wing damage. I don't think he does. So maybe it was just a mistake there from the BRKC racer. So Rosales is the next man under pressure in 6th place. Actually, no, he's just taken 5th away from Conor Meyer. So actually it'll be Meyer, the next man under pressure from Sam Harper, who's now bearing down on these two.
I always wince every time they come through that chicane because that wall is so close on the exit. Harper just grazed it there. He was flirting with danger.
It's the curbs as well because they fling the car over them. I don't think these guys have done it there because they're trying to keep themselves in the race rather than going for the speed. As we see Harper making the move on Conor Meyer up the inside, and that's another place gained. But you see the front guys, especially Philpott and Pinero, launching it over the curbs at the final chicane especially.
Yeah, it takes a lot of, shall we say, talent to keep it out of the wall around here because there are so many pitfalls, so many bumps, so many curbs. You're just riding your luck if you hit them too hard. So going back to Matt Ragsdale, he's lost his rear engine cover and rear wing. He's just lost a couple of positions as well.
I'll tell you what, there's 3 of the Missed Apex panelists going for it here. Spanners leads Power and Trumpets as well, although he'll be taking it very cautiously around this apron, I think, with no rear wing. He'll be heading back to the pits, but it's on between Spanners and Carl Power.
I wonder if there was any contact there with Trumpets. Are we going to see this Sunday's episode being a bit frostier than usual?
Potentially. It was a great lineup for Sunday, actually. Spanners doing his usual thing, lets Power go. So up from 23rd on the grid is Carl Power in that very distinguishable lime green and red number 26 car.
And a bit of an update for you, Chris. We've got Wingfield, who was our leader. He's in the pits with massive damage to that rear end. He must have dropped it somewhere. I
was just about to say, he's disappeared from the timing line. So Tim Ellis leads the race by 3.6 seconds over Danny Henny. And Henny, once again, lost a little bit of time. I think he might have some suspension damage here because he's lapping in the mid-16s at the moment and can't keep a consistent pace at the moment. So that might just be the thing that is going to stop him becoming the first back-to-back winner in the Formula Renault Challenge. We're on lap 7 of 12.
Oh, that's absolutely galling for Wingfield. He was about 4 or 5 seconds in front of everybody else, so he must have just dropped it all by himself or possibly had the help of that marker. But that was almost a certain win there. He's thrown away.
Just give a quick shout out to Colton Myers in 11th place on his first weekend of Missed Apex Motorsport Racing, doing an incredible job. But he's got car power all over his rear wing at the moment as they head around the apron. And Power about to get through on the inside, it looks like, with a sluggish run out of the chicane. Oh, a little lock up as well. That's the inexperience showing there, and Spanners goes through as well, but Colton Myers certainly not afraid to mix it in with the big boys.
So surprisingly, Trumpets is still circulating without a rear engine cover or
Do you
rear
think he
wing.
knows?
Who knows?
He is in the comms channel with us, so if he isn't paying attention, then well, that's his own fault.
Well, do you know what? I don't think he needs to pick because his lap times are fairly respectable, and he's hanging on to the back.
Trumpets does know about his engine cover, apparently. Meanwhile, Sam Harper has just taken Rosales for 4th place. So that's only going to be 1 point lost against David Hatton. So again, he's able to do this incredible damage limitation. He got unlucky at Silverstone a lot of the time, I would say. He had a spin and was caught up in a few dramas that really helped Hatton out, getting back into contention. But no such drama tonight for Sam Harper. Just good, consistent passing, keeping it clean, and good points finishes.
Yeah, if you were making up a team, you definitely have him on your team because not only is he consistent, but he's very quick. I believe he was the winner of the Missed Apex Hot Lap Championship we ran about a couple of years ago now. So yeah, the guy's no slouch.
And if Ellis does end up taking the win, so it'll be his 3rd podium, but his 1st win. So we haven't had the streak, but we will have had 7 different winners in 8 races, which for me is still a pretty respectable record.
Just a good shout out to the chat room here. John McClintock has commented that Trumpets is running in low downforce or low drag configuration.
That's very true. You could use that around the apron. Just going to point out this incredible battle going on for 7th place at the moment. Lemke just threw it up the inside of Conor Meyer at the chicane. Actually, this is over 6th place, but we've got Colin Ward and Sam Watley right in there as well. So 4 cars, nose to tail for this one. And Lemke, wouldn't be surprised if he starts to pull away a little bit. It was a very aggressive move he put on down at the chicane. And I'll tell you what, not far behind them as well is Carl Power and Richard Spanner's ready as well. So if these guys keep squabbling, we could see those two get in on the action as well. We're just watching him come back onto the apron. And I wonder if Conor Meyer is going to try and stick one back up the inside of Lemke and retake 6th place. Lemke up from 27th on the grid, and Meyer's got a run, but not a strong enough one to throw one up the inside. Oh, Lemke's dropped it, though. Too much curb on the way in, and Conor Meyer sails past.
Yeah, a nice little pirouette there and he's back out, and he's got to be very careful to avoid contact as he comes back on the circuit there. I think Lemke was defending, coming back onto his normal line and just wrong-footed himself, got his line slightly wrong, clattered that curb. This is exactly what we've been saying all evening, Chris, is those curbs are a bit savage.
They are indeed. You got to pick the perfect line through them. So Sam Watley looks like he's going to make a move on Colin Ward in this battle as well, although Colin Ward equally looking strong against Conor Meyer as well. Colin Ward in that fantastic Rothmans Williams livery that we know and love. Number 92, obviously another good number for the Williams crew. Nigel Mansell's winning year, 1992. Wrong livery for that one though.
Yeah, this is the Damon Hill 96th livery, I believe, by those things. Yeah, it's one of my favourites from back in the day. That was a bit before your time, though, Chris, I believe.
Was a little bit, yeah. I wasn't born that year.
Oh wow, that makes me feel old. I was 10.
So Tim Ellis. Tim Ellis has lost the lead. Somewhere in that, I don't know where it happened. Oh no, excuse me, sorry, that's David Fernandez that's ahead of Tim Ellis. Oh my goodness, I had my heart dropped just then.
The two liveries do look very similar. We'll forgive you on that one.
They are incredibly similar. Steve, please edit that out. So Tim Ellis on his final lap. He's coming around the apron and he's about to take his first Missed Apex Motorsport win. ahead of Danny Henney, who has been unable to challenge Ellis in this one. He's just got to keep it neat and tidy through this final lap. And Tim Ellis will become our 7th different winner in 8 races. Some might say it was gifted to him because James Wingfield was looking pretty solid out at the front of this race early on. But Tim Ellis has been the man who's been able to keep it on the road. And he comes over the line and takes the final win of the night. It's 7 different winners in 8 races, and it's Danny Henney who takes 2nd place. What a remarkable debut for Danny Henney. And David Hatton completes the podium, and Sam Harper should cross the line in 4th place. Indeed he does. So wow, a fantastic drive to keep the championship strong for him. Adam Rosales in 5th place, and Conor Meyer it was who won that battle for 6th place ahead of Colin Ward. Carl Power just snuck ahead of Sam Watley on the final lap there, with Alexander Dovitzberger just nipping into the top 10 on that final lap as well, ahead of Edward Shelley. And further down, Richard Spanner's ready, 12th place for him. So he was able to get up ahead of Custom Lemke there. Brad Philpott, 14th in the end there, and Trumpets with no rear wing, 17th, which I got to say is pretty good.
Yeah, with half a car, that's not too bad. Yeah, Philpott, he was all but out on that first lap there. He was involved in such a massive accident. He was crabbing down the straight. So yeah, that's a good performance from him. That's good damage limitation in the championship.